So here we have a hard foam block that I got from just some packaging from an order. Easy to use, easy to get, so we're just going to cut this up into pieces for our walls. So now it's all cut up, we've got enough for 2 walls with little blocks and bricks, and then we've got some torn pieces to use for maybe a kind of ruins-like platform. I may have overdone the PVA here, but as you can see we've got all the bricks attached to each other there, and that's how it's going to look. These are quite large, so not really to scale, but it's going to look quite good as a line-of-sight blocker and a wall for our wargaming. So here's our second wall made as well. So we've got 2 that look quite similar to each other, slightly different placement of the bricks, but that just gives a very look when they're next to each other together. So what we'll do next is we'll build our ruined platform as well. I didn't make these any planned kind of way, I just kind of ripped up what was left of some of our foam pieces, so they look a little bit jagged, a little bit ripped, broken, and I'm hoping that's going to look okay when they've been built. It should have a nice effect, but we'll see what it looks like when it's been painted. So these are our terrain pieces now primed in grey spray, looking fairly nice, good edges on them there, good tears. The bottom section though needs a bit more paint, so we're going to touch that up just now with some more grey colours. So what I'm going to do is use 2 different greys here, okay, a lighter one and a darker one, just to give a slightly different look to the wear and the colour of the stone. So now that grey is done, we're going to move on to doing the base. So we're going to use a couple of different browns here just to, again, show the different colours of the earth tones. So later on we are going to add a grass to that base, but this brown as a colour underneath will just hopefully kind of show through some spots and just give a bit more of depth to the terrain piece itself. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to making the stones look a bit more weathered and give a depth to their colour as well. So we're going to use some black here, and we're just going to get a little bit on our brush. We're going to dry brush, we're going to get a bit on the brush, take a bit off, and then kind of take it across the model. We'll show you how that looks afterwards. So what we've got here is we've got a couple of army painter pieces. We've got some moss green, which we're going to add on as the grass effect. We also have some jungle tufts, which we're going to pop on here and there to give it more of kind of arid plain look. So what we'll do first is put some PVA in the gaps on the ground just here, all through the rock, to get the grass on. This is the first time I've done any of this kind of basing stuff, so this is my attempt. I used a box to keep the grass from going everywhere and save the pieces I didn't use. This was my idea attempt here. I'm not sure what everyone else does. If you have any other kind of advice, please leave it in the comments below. So when I added these on, I wasn't really planning where to put them on, how many to put on, but they just give it a bit of extra flavour to the whole terrain piece. So just pop a few on here and there and it looks quite nice afterwards. And there's our first finished piece. It's come out quite nicely. The black dry brush, I think, has given a nice effect to all of the rips and tears and parts of the model that have kind of obviously broken apart because they're foam, but it looks like it's sheared off rock and a nasty cliff face, which is quite cool. Good for ruins. Here's our first wall. I think it's come together quite well. Those bricks have done nicely with the kind of different shapes and different angles, the cracks and tears in them as well. Same thing with the other ruin. The black dry brush has come out really nicely. There we have it, our 3 finished terrain pieces. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please like and subscribe and join us next time for our terrain and modelling videos.